If you want the one secret that will help you with your day game, stay around for like 15 seconds and I'll share it with you. After that, I'll explain it a bit and we'll go into detail about why it works and how it works in the most simple manner as possible. So the secret is quite simply to not have women as your number one value, to not have external validation from women as your number one value. Now, let's abstract that a bit. So basically we don't want to have it as such an important facet of your life, day game. We don't want to have to rely on external validation to feel good. We can abstract it a bit more. We don't want to have to care about approaching women. It doesn't have to be such a burdensome activity. How do we do that? Well, let's see it as a bad habit. Let's see the idea of being needy and approaching in a needy and scarcity mindset manner as a bad habit. What do you do with bad habits? Well, you want to curb them, right? You want to remove them. But so often when you try to remove a habit, you fail, you slip back into it, you break, you relapse. That's because you need to replace the habit. So instead of having the habit of day gaming, try taking a break and replacing it with something more personally important to you. And you may feel that day game is important and that sex is important and imperative to your mental well-being. It's a biological drive. You feel it's a necessity. Well, it's not. It's not necessary to live. And there are higher spiritual things than the chasing of tail, believe it or not. So work out what is more long-term of long-term importance to you. So it could be starting a business. It could be getting your body in shape. You know, could be learning a new hobby, focusing on an instrument you're trying to play, an art, a craft, etc. Whatever it is, reading, writing, focus on something higher, something completely within your grasp. External validation is not at all within your grasp. Going to the gym or doing a home workout and fasting or whatever means you employ to improve your body, for example, these things are in your control. And you can derive a sense of purpose, validation, gratification from these things without relying on something external. And then after this, as you do follow down this path, you realise that this is more important, or this is as important as women felt. And then naturally you become more attractive. You establish yourself more as a man, as an attractive man, as a person. For you are more self, you can derive a sense of satisfaction from what you do by yourself. And thus women find you more attractive. And thus you care less, because at the top of your value system, or more toward the top, is your individual pursuits. Women are lower down now, you don't care so much about them. So it's not that approaching will become a triviality, but it will become more so. Maybe you will still have childhood traumas and insecurities that will bubble up rather than surge up when you do come to approach. They will bubble up. You will simply be aware of them, or you have the ability to simply be aware of them, as opposed to being enraptured by them, which is often the case when you're approaching and you're scared shitless because your values are, misaligned. So yes, focus on something greater. Allow yourself to have thoughts, to cry out of loneliness, or whatever. But just see it as part of the healing process, the spiritual healing process. I'm sorry to use that terminology, spiritual healing process. But it is to some extent, let's say. You are rejigging your values. and you're pulling yourself away from something you've believed is highly valuable, and you're trying to replace it with something that you at the time seemed not as valuable. Yeah.